Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. What's going on, guys? Hope you're well. Just want to check in, have a bit more of a look at the team picker. This video will have absolutely no structure. We'll just, I've got my side up, which is basically my side that I posted the other day with a few little changes in the rookies. And yeah, I just wanted to go through it with no real direction, just play around with it, sort of ramble on a bit. But yeah, what's going on for Christmas anyway, guys? How are we traveling? How are we feeling? I'm off for next couple of days. I'm heading down to Lawn, so Sunday and Monday night. I'll have a goal kicking video out tomorrow night as well. I edited that one up, which coincidentally was filmed at Lawn as well with Langers and Tiz. So yeah, a little bit of content coming your way. But yeah, are you a Christmas lover? Have you got the tree up? You're looking at your lights? You're wrapping your presents? Or are you a bit of a Grinch? Because there's a bit of a mixed bag amongst my household and my friends. So oh, this cracked me up as well. I've got to show you this. Because look, we love the stories here, and I hope most of you enjoy them. You know, Shorty SuperCoach, you come for the SuperCoach, stay for the stories kind of deal. But I hate to out you, mate, but there was one bloke who just didn't quite agree with my stance, and I'm sorry, mate. But I'm sticking with you, bro. And I just had to laugh. I'll get to all these comments. Far out. It gave me such a laugh when some of you guys came into bat for me. Where was it? Because it's my first video back too with you boys. I hadn't even spoken to yous. Shorty coming back with a bit of you would. I reckon it might have. Maybe it was this other one. Was it?
It's never too late to.
Yeah, this is hilarious. Marcus, we love you, mate. Stick with me, son. If you don't like the stories, I'm very sorry. Skip a few minutes forward, mate, but this cracked me up. I thought this was a SuperCoach channel. What's with all the bloody stories? And then the boys just came in. We love Carl, you know. That's just a pisser of a comment. I genuinely was verbally laughing when I read this. Then Shadow comes in. Look, we do get a bit off track, mate. We really do. We're doing it right now. And then bloody amusement, of course. Oh, but look, we're certainly not outing you in front of the group to shame you or anything, Marcus. We appreciate your comments. And I reckon I've seen your name pop up a bit too. So I was surprised you weren't aware of the story kind of content. But we love you, mate. Stick with us. Stick with me. And what better of a note to just jump into the SuperCoach straight away. But thanks for the boys for sticking up for me there in the comments. But look, let's get stuck into it, shall we? And I'm just going to really play around with it. This is my side, and basically how we're shaping up. I really like the forward line. I'm really happy with it. Shea Bolton was a slight consideration to be put in there, and a couple others, but I'm pretty happy with that. Ben Hobbs is an interesting one. If he can get a go, he's at a pretty nice price in the forward line, but I've spoken to a few Bombers people, and they reckon even if he plays, it won't be in the middle, or at least not right in there where we need him. So initially what I'm looking at is probably beefing up this back line, because I've got concerns that Coleman even is right for round one. We won't change Coleman yet today. I've also got a few concerns around Sicily. He's coming off some shoulder surgery in the preseason, and Kalshadir's gone down with some bone stress. It just concerns me that he's a bit of a swing man. I want him, if we get the word that he's locked and loaded in the back line, I'm all for him. But I think my first initial play will be Sicily, but then chuck Holmesy in down back, because the thing is, you've got plenty of great rookie options. You know, I was sort of looking, it's like, oh, do you want to field Gibcus, or, you know, have a few rookies down back where you can afford to field a number of rookies in this arrangement in the midfield. So I don't know, what are we doing? Another thing I was thinking of was potentially Riley Sanders was also a consideration. Be very interesting to see how much time Bevo gives him, because I can see Sanders being the class outfit that Dacos and Ashcroft and Sheasel have been for their respective clubs. I'm not saying he's going to come out and average 110, but I can see him being a similar type of player in 2 to 3 years. I can definitely see him with the opportunity. I can see him averaging 85 plus this year. My concern or my wondering was around Will Ashcroft and the price. 440, I love him. Absolutely love him, right? But 440, it's in that range where we're really picking him to either stay in the team as a keeper for a long amount of time or make money. Now, they're the two functions of why we pick players. You're either making money or you're a keeper. Ashcroft probably at that price is not a money maker. He'd be looked at as a real valued lower end premium, someone you can have in your flex or your M9 by the end of the year, which I definitely think he could. But for the moment, we're just going to play around with Riley Sanders and see. Now, I just want to put my flag in the ground around Archie Roberts. This man is a beautiful kicker. I've mentioned him a couple of times already. Dyson Heppel gone. I think the way he finished the season, both in the VFL leading into his AFL debut, and then the way that he was racking up 20 touches in his first 4 games pretty consistently. I can see Roberts really averaging high 80s next year if he gets the role we need. There is a world where he is played on a wing, hence he is available as a midfielder as well. If he is half back, I just wonder. Keep an eye on him. Just keep an eye on him. Now, obviously, we have freed up a bit of coin there if we were to go down that path. But I feel like he could probably... he could definitely have... Oh, that's right. I need to... So I just had Marshall sitting there, but I've been hearing really good things about Smiley. And then I also just had this fella here, just as like a placeholder in case of a rookie, a real bottom ender normally pops up. But Aiden Johnson, mature age recruit, should get some opportunity. So what does that leave me with? 560. So it makes me feel like, look, we'll chuck Bo Allen into the midfield. And I think it's probably better served to have an extra premium down back. We'll have a look at both around that 560 mark. In terms of I don't want to get too bogged down in the rookies. Like, I get it. You're all saying, Shorty, you're talking about everything but your rucks. I hate your rucks. But just bear with me. It's early days. I've got a stack of time for Conway. So much time. I think he's a massive, big player for next year. And Flynn is even cheaper. I think he's a really good option. Don't read too much into like Heath or anything like that. I have a few people saying, he won't get a game. That's fine. He's more of a placeholder. I just feel like you can get away with Smiley and Lawler and Smith and any number of Draper, these guys fielding in your midfield. Probably the area to have a look is down back. So, because obviously the quality of defensive rookie isn't always as reliable as some of those midfield rookies. So we'll just have a bit of a look through at what we can muster up down back. And look, thanks for the love on the glasses too, guys. Shorty was a bit self-conscious about that, but a lot of you guys gave me some nice feedback on the glasses, and I do appreciate that. They'll definitely feature throughout the year, because just depends on the day. Like right now, my eyes are doing fine, but sometimes they get tired after the end of the day or work, and I can't see a thing. So probably most experts would say just wear your glasses all the time, but I don't always. So sorry to any optometrists out there. Optometrist, I don't know how to say that word, but anyway, back to the SuperCoach. Jack Sinclair is someone I'd love to have on my side. Really love Dan Houston too. Now, he's missing round 1, yeah? But I think he can take his game to 110 next year. Obviously, the natural thing to do would be put James Sicily in there, because I already like him. He was in the side at the start. But in terms of exploring, let's just take him out. Tom Stewart is almost unders, but got a lot of attention, and I just wonder whether he's not been found out, but maybe if teams are a bit more onto him, not going to give him that leg rope as often. We're now starting to get into that territory of like, yeah, you're not really looking at premiums. Matty Roberts, a few people like him. I just want to see a little bit more. So yeah, we're really getting into some deeper areas here now. Mac Andrew, I think he'll take his average beyond 85, but he's not one that I would look to start. And then, yeah, we're obviously getting, super deep. Callum Mills would be the one that I've been strongly considering. I mean, the thing is, at 350, how much can really go wrong? So, look, let's play around with that. And then how would that look? I mean, I love James Sicily. I'm a huge fan of him. I remember when he first burst onto the scene, he was such a good operator, such a beautiful kick, and I was on board with him then. And I love watching him play and the way he intercepts and uses that footy. Just what a bit of assurance around his position. So if we add Mills, it leaves us with 200k. And I don't really want to touch any of this bottom half. I'm pretty content with that for now. Like, yeah, clearly, if you lost a bit of faith in Conway, you could start to look at, 540. You could certainly find a way to get to Koning, because you could easily just, you could quite simply grab him and then, just get some absolute bloody placeholder dude in there, and you could do that. You absolutely could do that. But look, for now, let's put old mate in. I mean, let's just save a bit of coin, because Maxi Heath isn't giving us much. So let's focus more on the top half and not so much the rookies. So we got 224. The first thing you probably look at is Sanders. Obviously brought him in, but you could equally take him straight back out. It probably comes down to what sort of premium and where do you want them. So do you want that premium down back? Do you want them in the midfield? You probably get more point scoring in the midfield. What am I working with here? 563. Because you'd love to free up an extra 40 odd K to really get into the 600s. Tom Green just makes me wonder so much. I was his biggest believer last year. Pumped him up all the time. But he just seems to handball too much. And he is a bit scrappy with the ball in hand sometimes. So is Tom Green slightly value? I just feel like there's going to be a year where he averages 115. But I'm a bit scared after last year. So I don't know. Petrarca would be one that really stands out. He really does stand out, because my one thing about Petrarca is, so we'll look back at the years and it just makes sense. He's undervalued, the injury, we all know it, but this guy's a 110 plus. Easy. He just goes 110. Simple as that. 115 half the time. He's only 28, nearly 29. It looks like unders, but things are a bit off at the D's. There's a bit of a smell about it. He's a bit off with the club. The injury was pretty damaging to him, not just physically but emotionally. Does that in any way affect his play out on the field? I don't know, but he's definitely one to consider. Otherwise, I don't recall anyone absolutely shouting out, scream and pick me. And again, we're starting to get into, that type of area. Liam Baker got a lot of time for. There's a bit of talk that he could be off half-back. So, yeah, you could, if you want to get real mid-price madness, and if you really wanted to strengthen up the back line, obviously I'm a huge believer in Archie Roberts. And then you could jump into the middle, and you could, with 240, still get a pretty nice rookie. exactly who, I don't know, but there's always someone that bobs up. It could be Travalia. Look, for now, we're just going to give it to Ed Allen. So things are looking pretty crazy on the mid price there. I can't say it like it's probably too much. Hey, where'd Clayton Oliver go? What happened there? When did that happen? I am confused, guys. Man, it'd be interesting to watch the replay because I've got no idea when I did that. Because, yeah, clearly we want Oliver, so maybe that's not going to work. Yeah, clearly that ain't going to work. I don't know how the hell I did that. Oliver, yeah, leaves us with 127. Yeah, jeez. On another planet there. Leaves us with 7.5. And I don't mind that structure. I mean, clearly Mills, could be anything. He's a pretty good option, I feel, at that price. I'd be relatively content with that. I don't know how much more I would change for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. My main areas of contention are, do you drop Sanders? Do you drop Petrarca down to Sanders or even Will Ashcroft and upgrade a Mills? Is Coleman going to be fully fit? Because if not, you could drop Petrarca to Ashcroft, go Coleman to Roberts, but clearly Roberts is very speculative at the moment. I'm just very hopeful on him. I think Petrarca's a great buy if we can just see that he is, honestly, the word always is, but it genuinely sounds and looks like he is tearing the track apart. He's a man with a point to prove, so it could go one or two ways. But at the moment, that's how we're looking, and we'll just leave it for now. But yeah, welcome all feedback. Like I said, don't dig too hard into the rookies, this is a time to look at the crystal ball and have some funky looking sides. It's only December. Let's not get too bogged down in being held to ransom for these teams right now. Have a bit of fun with it. Shake it up. Have a look at some different arrangements and structures. So that's how I'm looking. There's a few spots that I'm really happy with. There's a few spots that I'm going to really be looking forward to seeing what preseason shows us. So anyway, I'm going to pack my bags, head to lawn, have a cocktail, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.